Jeremy Case. I am a professor at Taylor University, and right now I'm the board president of the FaulknerAcademy. And at this time, before we introduce our school leader and tell you about some of the things you can do upstairs and pick up forms like this, I'd like to introduce the board to you. We have Art Faulkner over here. Stand up. Art Faulkner is retired from the Marion General Hospital food service staff and a former member of the Marion Community School Board, on the school board there. We have Jason McVicker back there, who's part of the city, he's the lawyer, let's just say that. And Jennifer Lee, back there is handing out a pencil. She's also on board with Human and Family Services issues here in Indiana. And then Barb Matchett, who's an Indiana Wesleyan professor right now. Way up there at the top of the classes is Jim Henry, who is a whole bunch of things here in Marion and has been a member of the community for many, many years. And then who's not here is C.L. Adams, who's a pastor at St. Paul Missionary Baptist Church as well. And anybody? I got everybody, correct? I got them all. Thank you very much. Okay, so we've been working and planning on this for many, many years. And we've been very fortunate to find someone to be our school leader who is a longtime member of the community, who has experience as a principal at Roseville School. Like that hallelujah chorus right there. Who has been a teacher, been an educator for more than 30 years. And I'd like to introduce to you Gene Taylor.
Let's just reserve the accolades for Dr. Robert H. Faulkner, and I'd like to ask Art Faulkner to come to speak in regard to the namesake for which this building, this agenda has been given honor. So if you would please, Mr. Faulkner.
Thank you, Gene. And we'd like to thank all of you who took your time to come out and for our kickoff of the Dr. R.H. Faulkner Academy. We really appreciate seeing you and welcome you. You probably detected from the names that I'm related to Dr. Faulkner. He was my dad. Dad pastored here in Marion for 30 years, from 1952 to 1982 when the Lord called him home. We are very pleased that the committee selected his name and would be a part of his legacy. Dad was always a pioneer for education. Dad was born in a couple centuries ago, actually, 1899. And he grew up in the southern part of Kentucky in an area called Faulknertown. It was really very close to the booming metropolis of Paint Lit, Kentucky. My golfing buddies, they kid me to no end about Paint Lit. It's about as thick as you can get. They had an enterprising area there, and they were sharecroppers. And so all their families, they pooled their resources. But Dad always felt that there was a brighter future for him. And so his primary inspiration was when he attended his cousin's graduation. When he saw that, it just inspired him to pursue higher education. So once he completed his high school at the age of 17 or 18, he hitchhiked to Louisville, Kentucky, where he gained employment at the Brown Hotel, which is still in existence in downtown Louisville. That gave him the funds to pursue his education at Simmons University, where he studied theology and received his BS and his Doctorate of Divinity degrees. He used those as a base for pastoring a number of churches in Kentucky and was instrumental in each of their growth. He also worked as Dean of Education for the state convention there, and in that capacity he traveled all over the state teaching young ministers theology. So So he just breathed education. And when we moved here to Marion, he continued his role not only in the area of theology, but also in civic matters. He was very active. He worked to improve race relations. And he also was instrumental in integrating along with others, the Matter Park pool. Dad had a deep and abiding love for education and felt that it was what each person needed in order to lead a productive life in society. From his own personal experiences, he could witness that he had immigrated from that area of just farming into something that's much more challenging. And so while he served here in Indiana as pastor, he also served in Christian education with the Baptists of Indiana. And he worked with a number of young ministers who are still involved in preaching. He also authored 7 books during his career, which are still used, even though he has been gone from us for centuries. So Dad was truly dedicated to God and dedicated to this community. And he really put himself in a position where he could help the community. And it seems entirely fitting that a man who really gave himself to Marion and to God and to serving his fellow man, that the academy be named after him. And we were, our family really appreciated that they presented that honor to him. And I think that's what we're all about, trying to fill the niche that we have and to serve our society in the best way that we can. So again, we're very grateful to have you all here, and we hope that you will take this opportunity to really get familiar with us. It's nice that we could have this assembly here now, because as we renovate, all these pews will be gone. It all has to be standing. So at least you get to sit down tonight. So thank you for coming aboard, and we wish you Godspeed.
Okay, once again, welcome. And it is indeed a privilege to stand before you as the FaulknerAcademy school leader. I am honored, I'm overwhelmed, and I'm very ready for the challenge. I think what we need to make sure that we do with our young children as they progress through life and through education is that we form an accountability for all of them. And so I like to think of that as kind of a motto for this agenda, in that there's an accountability piece for us as the school representatives. There is additional accountability for all of the parents involved, and certainly for all of the children. So without further ado, what I would like to do is to ask Mr. Smith, with his help last night, we came up with a PowerPoint, and what we will attempt to do is slice the information into sections. If we give you all of the information we are attempting to do within the course of the next school year, you may well walk away overwhelmed, not understanding too much of anything. And to avoid that, we decided to put this into 5 series. The first being this evening, the kickoff informational session. And in that fashion, then, once a month, we'll present yet another dimension of the FaulknerAcademy, so as to acquaint all of you with the mission, and then to call you our key communicators within the building, within the auspices of the public eye, so that when you meet and greet someone in the public, and they may say to you, "We heard that you went to the meeting, what did you learn?" We would like to enlighten you each and every time that you're available to talk with someone, therefore becoming key communicators within the community. So the message is critical, it is extensive, it is highly researched in terms of the way this is built. I take absolutely no credit for the 3 years of hard labor that went into this plan. When this was given to me in January, I received a very, very thick booklet, and you bet I'll be honest, I haven't read that thing quite yet, but I can kind of get through it, I think. So I might